With the conclusion of Piccolo vs. Frost within Dragon Ball Super Episode 34, things are really starting to heat up, and I'm joined today by JrZSaiyan and GeekList TV, or GeekList TV, Mr. MJ, and today, guys, we're going to be discussing our thoughts and opinions going forward into Dragon Ball Super Episode 35, in particular, Vegeta vs. Frost, something that I believe none of us saw coming, because we all expected to see Vegeta collide with Kabe or someone else. We didn't really expect to see Frost still be around, I guess, because a lot of people were talking about, well, you know, we believe Piccolo is going to eliminate him and whatnot, but it turns out that Piccolo was the one that technically got eliminated, but we're going to talk more about that right now. So I want to get y'all's like overall thoughts on this, because everyone within the community is talking, everyone within the community is buzzing about this. Nobody here expected to see or just envision Frost being an evil person. Now, we all assumed he was a good person. I mean, like, it was very deceptive because, like, the way he shook Goku's hand, the way he presented himself, but in fact, he turns out to be a space pirate. So, I'm gonna start with JrZSaiyan. So, like, what are your overall thoughts on, you know, finding out that Frost is, in fact, an evil person, he's a space pirate, and what are your overall thoughts as to what happened during, like, that duration of Piccolo versus Frost? Like, I want to get, like, your take on how you felt about that fight, and how you feel going into next week's fight with Vegeta versus Frost.
Alright, so it's actually going to be 2 weeks. They're not going to be an episode this coming weekend.
Okay, alright, so 2 weeks.
And, I was so damn, in my damn reaction video, dude, I was like, I love Frost, because the way he was being with Goku, this and that, I was like, I love Frost, he's so friendly, he's so pure-hearted, he's so this, and I was praising Frost, I was starting to love the character. He's deceived me, man.
What a lie, right?
I want him to die.
What a lie, you got played. We all have to take that L.
Dude, because I was literally making the reaction video right before the half. So I was talking, like, the half of the commercial. So I did the first half, then the second half. And when the second half played out the way it did, it's so funny when you watch it. It's just like, this guy completely changed his damn mindset. I'm like, I want him to die. I want Vegeta, I want you to kill him. I want you to kick his ass. But, I mean, I was heartbroken on how Frost deceived me, man. But
I personally enjoyed it because I really wanted to see something come out of this, because if everybody was a goody two shoes, it wouldn't have made the tournament that much interesting. So, Mr. MJ Geeklister, what are your overall thoughts as to what you saw and your take on the fight with Piccolo and Frost leading into Vegeta versus Frost in about 2 weeks, I presume?
I am with JrZ. I was kind of I'm disappointed more about, like, character-wise. I didn't want him to be another space pirate, you know? Like, I wanted Frost to actually be a good guy.
Right.
I thought that was, like, very cool. Something different and new to the story. But, well, the overall fight, I liked it. It looked cool. I mean, you can obviously tell Piccolo's a lot stronger. He was actually taking some hits, you know? Yes. Whereas Frieza's one little Frieza beam killed him, you know? One little finger beam. So I like that. He showed off a lot of cool moves, the stretching arm, the regen. He brought back a lot of cool stuff. I like that a lot. But, I mean, what are your guys' thoughts on Vegeta stepping up? Are y'all wanting him to beat the shit out of Frost?
Oh, man, like, I think, yeah, I personally think, just looking at this, if I was Vegeta and I was standing there and I'm looking at this person, I would look at this person and I would think about Frieza, because I'm pretty sure in the back of his mind, he's probably thinking, like, you're just like him. You're just like the dude that I fought not too long ago. And you know what? I'm not going to show you any remorse, because you tried to kill me. And essentially, you're trying to cheat. Even though he's not like Frieza in a way, he still has, like, that deceptive aura around him. The one thing that I really cannot wait for is to see, because Vegeta can't kill him. Like, anybody out there in the comments section that's going to talk about, well, Vegeta's going to kill him. He's not going to kill him. Why? Because if you kill someone, you're going to be disqualified. So that makes no sense. And that'll go, you know, there goes everyone's dream of watching Vegeta fight Kabe, right? So I don't think you guys want to see that. But I do think he's going to beat some respect into him, especially with Champa wanting to, like, get his revenge, and, like, just because Champa was pissed. Champa's like, all right, you're going to cheat, I'm going to kill you. And Vegeta's like, no, chill, let me handle this. So I'm personally hyped about it, and what excites me even more is seeing that he's not jumping into Super Saiyan Blue right away. He's going to be a Super Saiyan first before he jumps into things. And I do think that the only characters, in my opinion at least, I want to get your take on this too, but in my opinion, the only characters that are going to push our current heroes to become Super Saiyan God Super Saiyans are going to be Kabe and Hit. Especially Hit, because we saw him finally do something. As soon as he touched the ground, towards the ending of the episode leading into the previews, as soon as he touched the ground, everything around him was like messy, like all sorts of shit was going on behind him. So I want to start with MJ. Like, what are your overall thoughts in going into next week's episode? Like, in terms of Vegeta versus Frost. Again, I think personally everything is being rushed. So do you think that fight is going to be rushed 1, 2, 3, leading into possibly Vegeta coming in or Kabe? Like what are your overall like premonitions and predictions going into next week's fight?
Well, I was talking to my friend Eddie about that, the whole rushing, and that can be two things right there. Either one is that the series might not be doing good as far as like behind closed doors, and they're wanting to end it quickly, which I hope they don't. Second factor is it could actually be doing great, and they're rushing this arc to get to something way bigger and way better. But the overall rush of this fight, I mean, I don't know, because I mean, we saw the fight with Frieza, Golden Frieza, and Vegeta was pretty rushed, but you could tell the ruthlessness behind the beatdown that he gave him.
Oh, dude, yes.
So
exactly.
I'm just like, even if this is short, I'm sure Vegeta's gonna beat the crap out of him. And I actually have a cool theory that you guys might like. Again, talking to my friend Eddie, he's the one who told me this. Shout out to you, Squadzilla. He pretty much said that in the intro, you see Hit moving really, really fast, and you have this purple aura around him. Now, what happened when Goku transformed? And when Frost transformed, everybody was freaked out. Everyone was hyped. Everyone was like, what? Even Champa freaked out at the transformations. Hit did not look at all surprised. Now, my friend told me, what if he has some sort of multiplier to his strength similar to a Super Saiyan transformation or to a Kaioken? I thought that was pretty cool because the whole aura and the purplish aura with that black around it, that could be a theory. I'm not too sure. But as far as the next prediction, my prediction for the next episode, Vegeta's going to whoop his ass, and then I'm pretty sure Vegeta's gonna get one-shotted.
That's it for him. Right? Again, guys, this is an opinionated video. Don't misconstrue any of the information, especially with what MJ's talking about. If he's talking about multipliers and stuff, that's his opinion. That's his theory. Because some people will take that and they'll run with it. They'll be like, oh my god, it's confirmed. Kaioken for Hit. No, it's not.
No.
Just sharing.
It's just a theory, guys. Just a theory.
Just a theory. I actually like it. I mean, there are certain things about Hit that we don't know about. As you said, he could be factoring in a different multiplier behind like his image. Like he could have multiple levels as to his power and where he stands in terms of scale. But JR, like, what are your thoughts going into next week's episode? Because as MJ just said, Vegeta, one hit. I mean, everybody keeps doubting this guy, but you know, let's just see how it plays off. But surrounding Frost and Vegeta, how do you think this is gonna go about? Because we saw like, you know, Frost was kind of drawing blood when he lifted up his arm towards the preview. We saw like all this purple goo coming out of him. So like, what do you think is gonna happen here? Do you think Vegeta's actually gonna like beat the crap out of him as he did with like Golden Frieza, or do you think this fight's gonna be a little evenly matched out until someone slips up and essentially loses?
Vegeta's gonna beat the living shit out of him.
Damn, you guys are like remorseless here.
Oh hell no! Frost completely twisted my heart and my mind, and I said
I like it, dude. I like it because you can't have a bunch of goody two shoes.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So you think he's just gonna decimate him?
But he ripped my heart, man. I gotta go. Vegeta, you gotta destroy him, man. I mean, it's either Vegeta comes out of nowhere or Bardock comes out. And
don't, because people are really gonna be like, yo, man, Bardock, Broly's gonna come out. Broly's gonna pop out like that little seal up there. No, I mean,
but JrZ's right though, because Goku as a Super Saiyan wrecked Frost's shit.
Yeah, he did, bro.
So I mean, Vegeta as a Super Saiyan, Frost is tired too. I mean, he's gonna wreck him, bro.
Yeah, but now that you think about it, if you look back as to what happened in this current episode, how do you know that Frost wasn't even lying about that? How do you know that he wasn't lying about being tired and on weak? And I mean, I'm pretty sure he did feel the wrath of Goku behind his Super Saiyan transformation. But again, how do you know? I mean, if he lied about, dude, he lied about the handshake. He lied about the Space Odyssey. He lied about everything. I mean, like, for whatever agenda he has to lying about this is his own, we'll never know about that, essentially. But how do we know that he wasn't even lying about that? How do we know that he doesn't have anything else that goes beyond that form? We don't know. Highly doubt it, of course. But and again, a lot of people are gonna say, "Oh, he's hiding a golden form." It ain't happening. It ain't. Yo, I firmly stand by this viewpoint. I don't think that anyone within Frieza's race is as much of a prodigy as Frieza is. Meaning, I don't think that Frost is a prodigy. I don't think anybody that comes out of that race is a prodigy as Frieza was, because we saw Frieza make that comeback. We saw Frieza rise to the occasion and come back and fight Goku and Vegeta in different forms, higher power level. But as opposed to Frost, he doesn't seem like the type of person that would actually go the distance to actually push himself. He uses cheap tactics, as we saw. But going back to, next week's episode or the week after, whatever you want to call it, Like, what are your thoughts on Hit? I want to start with MJ. Like, what are your thoughts on Hit and as what he's gonna do? Because we saw in the previews he was making some moves. He actually touched the ground. He came down, and when he did that, everything around him was like changing. Like aura was changing. Like, it looked like he was like shattering dimensions. And if you pause a certain scene during that little preview and you look at Frost's eye, he's looking at Hit. So Hit's standing right in front of him. So do you think that Hit's gonna actually come opposed to his own teammate, or like what do you think is gonna happen with Hit and Frost here? Because we get to see, pause that image right there. You get to see, you know, Frost glaring at Hit because you see Hit's reflection in his eyeball. So like, what do you think is gonna happen with Hit? Like when the episode drops?
Man, Frost is really gonna get his shit worked, man. First Vegeta now Hit.
Everybody's turning on him.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, I can't say too much about that because I didn't pause it, and plus I watched it on a stream too. So I mean, I saw him come up and all that. So what you're telling me is true. I didn't get to catch that, but I did see him make his move. If he was changing shit, then
yeah,
it's just gonna be OP, man. I kind of predicted that from the beginning that he's gonna be OP. But I mean, I can't get too much on that other than the fact that, I mean, what's JRZ? What's your thoughts on him coming out? Like, what do you think his move is gonna be? Because I can't really give a prediction on that other than the fact that he's gonna fuck someone up.
There's two different things that I got out of it. That could happen, right? One of the things is that Hit is like a hitman type police kind of guy that was just waiting for the fact where Frost, because maybe he knows, like, okay, I know who Frost is, right? Because I mean he's a damn space pirate, just like pretty much like Frieza, and you know, maybe he knows he's an evildoer. He gets recruited to the team, and he's actually really strong. And this whole thing comes out, Frost is a cheater, this and that, and he's like, I got you, and he does that. He kind of like lands and looks at him, and Frost kind of looking at him like, oh shit, this guy's about to beat my ass.
So you're saying he's like Jocko then, right? Is that what you're thinking here? Because I see exactly where you're coming from. There's no other reason for him to step in front of Frost and do whatever he's doing without there being a reason. So that's a good little theory. He might be part of. Yeah. I mean, but
the other one is kind of like.
What are the odds of him being a good guy? Like wouldn't that take away? Because we're all expecting this dude to bring it, right? Because it's advertised in Japan, Hit versus Goku. It's talked about everywhere with Hit possibly fighting Monaka. It's advertised everywhere. Like Hit's gonna be the main event, but against who, right? So like, the question here is, whatever he's planning on doing against Frost, do you think that in your heart of hearts he's doing it just to like even things out and like just allow this tournament to continue, or do you guys really do believe that he's actually like somewhat of a good guy here? Because I still think he's a bad guy. There's no way. He's a dick. I refuse to believe that this dude is a good dude and Frost was the bad one. I mean, as weird as it sounds, and it's a definite, like, you know, twist, because we're all expecting Hit to be the bad guy here, but for Frost to be the only bad one on the team, I don't think so. So like what are your thoughts on that? Because if Frost is technically like the only bad guy on the team, who else is, you know, going to be the bad guy aside from him?
He could be an anti-hero. I mean, you know, like Stone Cold stunners for everyone, with Hit his hands for everybody, something like that, you know.
I mean, bottoming people
for real, left and right. He don't care who. I actually have a question for you guys. Hit, like, I'm more of a power scaling type of guy, like, when I do my videos. So, what type of range of power do you put him in? I know you said earlier that you think he's gonna be able to push Vegeta, right, and Goku.
Yes.
Do you think he's actually strong enough to take on someone like Beerus and Champa?
Ooh,
just putting that out there.
The gods, I personally, I don't think so. The gods are like in their own tier. I think maybe. I mean, then again, you have someone like Whis, and his origins are pretty much unexplainable, and he's able to, or I shouldn't say he, because him and Vados are able to pretty much outclass their own quote-unquote God of Destruction, you know, associates there, but and we don't even know what they are, and you know, they're the ones that are destroying and being able to put down these gods of destruction. So if you want to talk about Hit, is he able to match up? Maybe, because I mean, for example, look at how Beerus described Monaka. He was like, all right, this guy gave me the toughest fight ever. This guy gave me a really good matchup. You know, like, so if Monaka is able to push Beerus, and if you think about it, man, Beerus respects Monaka, because if you look at the way he treated him, like during the first 2 episodes, he gave him some respect. He was just like, you know, you like when he first emerged and when they first came across to pick up Beerus and Monaka to go to the Nameless Planet. If you pay close attention, Beerus was like, all right, this is Monaka, blah blah blah. Don't, you know, just be nice, whatever. And Goku was like, oh, let me punch you and all that kind of like, you know, like. And Beerus was giving him respect. Even when Goku was almost about to fail the test, Beerus is like, oh my god, like Majin Buu's eliminated, like what are we gonna do? And everybody was like, I don't know, I guess one of us will fight twice. And right off the bat, he was like, all right, you know what? Being that Monaka's the strongest, he fights last because just in case you motherfuckers fuck up, he's gonna be the last one to fight because I know because I fought him. I fought you too, Goku, and you weren't shit compared to him because if that was the case, I'll put you last, right?
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's true. That's true.
I definitely see your standpoints on that, but you guys are like, man, you guys are like so anti-Frosty. Like you're both saying, yo, I wish Vegeta were to like take this guy's head off next week. That's raw. You guys are savages. You don't want to see Frost push Vegeta a little bit? You just want to see Vegeta fuck the crap out of him?
Kill him. Kill him. I think that's what's going to happen. He's going to kill him. He's going to get disqualified.
There's no way, because what's going to happen with Universe 7, you're only going to have about, I believe, 2 more remaining, if not 1? One more person
fighting
Goku's
3. Coming back because Frost cheated.
Okay, and then on the other team, you'll have Hit and Vegeta left, and on Beerus' team, you're only going to have Monaka, as of right now, at least that we know of, unless, of course, he loses and, you know, they have one more replacement, which is Goku or someone else.
It's all good, bro. I just want to get fucked up.
But what did you guys think of this episode as opposed to everything else? Like, did you guys think it was rushed? Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? Because, yo, surprisingly enough, in my reviews, a lot of people were like, I hated the episode because this, and this. Some people give really, really valid reasons. They're just like, all right, if you pay attention, and I hate when people use, like, the comparison to this because it's 2 different comparisons. But since it's the tournament, people compare this to the Cell games. And they're like, all right, remember how that one fight with Goku and Cell dragged out because they literally, like, it was very emotional. It was a lot of, like, emotions going into their fight. And, you know, for several reasons, Goku was trying to not only test Cell to see how he matched up against them, but he was also trying to show everybody how he fought because he wanted Gohan to defeat him. So you can't really compare the Cell games to this tournament because this tournament has, I wouldn't say this tournament has no emotion, but, like, there's no logic in people fighting each other. For example, what's the backstory of Goku fighting Frost? Or what's the backstory? You know, there is no backstory, so people can't really compare that. But, like, what did you guys think of this episode? Was it rushed? Was it good? Was it bad?
It was good. I liked it.
Best one yet? What do you think?
It's up there. Top 5.
What about you, MJ? What do you think?
It's up there, like in my... Yeah, like what JrZ said, top 5. It was pretty good. I liked it overall. I kind of wish, though, because we already know Frost is going to get his ass kicked. So if Frost was going to get his ass kicked, I would have rather have Piccolo just do it. But that way Piccolo can get a win. Because when's the last time he's actually gotten like a win?
I thought
it
was hilarious. Remember, Alex, when we were talking about the whole discussion with Piccolo, all the discussions, I was like, nah, dude, Piccolo not going to do anything. And this happened.
Yeah, I remember we spoke about a couple months ago. We spoke about how Piccolo might get eliminated right off the get-go, and in a way we're kind of right, but we're wrong because like he won, but you know they're disqualified, and I don't know. It's weird because MJ brought up an interesting question. I mean, is Piccolo technically eliminated? Because you know that's the end result here. Because if you look at his little image in the brackets, it's shaded. It's not really highlighted as we saw with Vegeta and everybody else. So is he eliminated? And I mean, does an elimination with the win still count? Because he's eliminated, but they still won that round. So like, how does
I would love for us to come back whenever the subs come out. That way we can confirm if this is like some bonus round or not. Because if it is, then when we get on this call again, we're all gonna jump up and party because that means Vegeta can kill Frost.
Well, absolutely.
That means Vegeta can come away.
But you guys definitely want to see Super Saiyan Vegeta just trash Frost like next week, right? You guys, but like you don't want to see any offense from Frost because I don't want this to be a one-sided thing, man. Like I really want to see somewhat of a struggle. And not to the point where, because if you think about it, the way you guys are describing it, you want it to go down the same route as Frieza and Vegeta, because Frieza didn't really get any offense. Like, he tried, but dude got wrecked. And I'm not saying that Frost ought to get a significant amount of offense here, because that wouldn't make any sense, especially if he's weaker than Frieza, but I think he ought to tag Vegeta here and there, just to prove to everybody, like, alright, Vegeta took some blows, but he's still standing, like, high and mighty, so, like, I don't know, like whatever comes out of this episode, again, I really highly suggest for you both and everybody else to rewatch it, because there's certain things that you can pick up on that were really awesome. But towards the end of this, like what do you think is gonna come out of Vegeta versus Frost? Who's gonna fight well, the winner next, because we don't really know what's gonna happen here. So if Vegeta wins, who's he fighting next? And if somehow, by mere chance, Frost picks up the win, which we all know he's not, but let's just hypothetically speaking here, what happens if he wins? What happens? Like what do you guys think is gonna come about all this?
Well, just to irritate you more, after Vegeta one-shots Frost,
after Frost?
After he one-shots Frost, he's gonna fight Vegeta. It won't be a one-shot. I'll say Vegeta probably has like one weird ability like Potamo or something where like it makes Vegeta use his brain.
Yeah.
And then I'm going on prediction right here. Then he's gonna lose to Hit, and then Hit's gonna beat Goku in the semifinals, I guess, and then in the final round it'll come down to Monaka and
Forgot Kabe.
Oh, I did, right.
Yeah,
man.
That
little Saiyan.
Come on, man. He's a Saiyan. How do you forget the damn Saiyan from the other universe?
See, I always forget him.
He's not above 5 feet, I guess. Midgets aren't qualified. If you're
I'm not counting Tarbo, bro. I'm not counting Tarbo. I don't know. Yeah. I guess maybe. I don't know.
But isn't that kind of crazy though? We expect Vegeta to be able to beat Kabe, right? Because I mean, Vegeta's so. I mean, let's be honest. He's so damn strong. They just came off training. We talked about this. And Vegeta's gonna beat 3 guys in a row.
Exactly. Guys, who's the third guy? Vegeta, Kabe, and Frost.
Mm-hmm. Like,
why not?
Isn't that'd be pretty badass?
People have been complaining for months, for years. Oh, Vegeta doesn't get any shine.
Enough spot.
Why not? Right?
Yeah.
Would you guys mind it?
I would mind it as long as he makes it badass.
What about you, MJ? Would you mind it?
Well, I'm actually looking on Twitter right now, and I'm reading one of Herm's from Confidential. I'm reading one of his tweets. He says Kaba once fought alongside Frost on a planet against space pirates who Vados reveals Frost was secretly the leader of. Frost's business scheme is to secretly start wars and publicly end them so he can buy up war-devastated land at cheap prices.
What a little bitch!
But that tells me though. That's Frieza. But that tells me that if Kabe is able to fight alongside Frost, he may not be that stronger than him. So, I mean, so far the fighters have been kind of weak. We've only seen one fighter, which is Frost, to push Goku and Vegeta to their regular SSJ forms. You know, I mean.
And you got 2 more fighters on the other team.
2 more fighters
waiting.
Yeah. So
what
I don't
a little
know.
bitch! I mean, don't get me wrong. Listen, that's a very smart move. I mean, like. Going back to the real world, that's like some real estate shit. You want to buy out, sell property, like revamp it, and then like sell it back to the consumer at a higher price. That's some fucking marketing shit that they got done there. That's very smart. But like fuck, man, it's just he's gonna get wrecked. Like it's sad, but you know what? It's actually good and it's refreshing for once because. What if he never turned out to be that way? What if he was the good guy and then whatever the case may have happened and he lost like a normal person? It would have been kind of like dull. It's like, okay, another friendly competition. I mean, maybe at this point it is true, as they say. Maybe Hit might be the only good guy here. But at the same time, as good as he is, he might be the anti-hero, so he doesn't really care about too much. He's just like, all right, I'm here just because I'm here and I want to fight. But obviously, we all knew that, you know, somebody on some team had an agenda. And clearly Frost has an agenda. He wanted to, you know, secretly start wars and do all these things, which is pretty fucked up. That's some Hitler shit you got going on there. So you got Adolf Hitler and Team Universe 6 over there. So, but any final thoughts going into like the future of this? Because as MJ pointed out, he thinks that it's gonna boil down to Monaka versus Hit in the finals, whereas opposed it's gonna be Goku versus Hit in the semifinals. So JR, like, what are your thoughts going into that? Like, what do you see the main event and semi-main event being? After this is over,
semi-main event is gonna be Monaka and Hit.
That's gonna be semi-main event. Okay, so main event.
Okay, all right.
What's gonna be the main event?
You already know, bro. It's gonna be fucking Broly and Bardock.
Yep, you're absolutely.
It's gonna be Goku, Monaka, man. I mean Goku and Frost. I mean, damn it, Goku and Hit.
Goku and Hit. Okay, I was like Frost. Wait, what? You're taking some fucking Namekian grass there, man. Too much of that. But
what if they swerve all of us and it's actually Kaba and Goku at the end? Just out of, I don't know how that would work, but what if that's them?
I mean,
no, that would be
pretty badass. That'd be a nice final.
Like I don't know. Can you imagine? Like, let's say hypothetically speaking here, you got Hit who doesn't want to be on his own team no more, so he's like, screw Universe 6. I want to be on Universe 7. and he goes to Universe 7, and Monaka turns on Universe 7. He's like, I don't want to be with you guys. I want to go to Team Universe 6. Can you imagine that? Like sort of like a double turn. It's like, oh man, like I was talking with one of my friends today. He was like, yo, can you imagine if Monaka left his own team because he completely despises Beerus and he favors Champa, and Hit just kind of like doesn't want to be within Universe 6 just because he feels like Champa's not, you know, worthy enough to manage that universe and whatever, so he wants to go to a universe where there's more balance.
Yeah.
I mean, is it possible?
So many things could happen.
I mean, is it possible? Yeah. I mean, is it far out there? Of course it is. But leave your thoughts down below, guys, as to what you guys think is going to happen and your overall thoughts on Vegeta versus Frost, because I am one happy camper. I mean, again, you guys want to see him get wrecked. I don't want to see Frost get wrecked just because I want to see Frost kind of suffer a little bit, but also get some offense in before he gets his shit blown out, because when the games come out, I want to be able to use like some special moves here from Frost. I don't want Frost to just be like, all right, at least allow Frost to hit like some really big moves here, and then just fail ultimately by Vegeta's hands. At least do that. I mean, having fucking Frost cough up blood and stuff wouldn't really do much justice, because we saw that from Frieza. He broke Frieza's ribs. Did anybody else remember that? He broke his bones.
See, what I want Vegeta to do is I want him to shove his hand down Frost's throat and rip out his spine.
What the hell's wrong with you?
And then just like slap him in the face with it and then blast him away.
Nah,
that's what I want.
Not in today's anime. You're not gonna get that. We barely got blood. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah,
we barely got blood. And
there was that one. There was that one scene where Frieza, like, baby piece of blood came out of his mouth.
It was like purple. I don't know if it's just me. Has anybody else noticed that almost everything after that follow with Majin Buu is involving like somewhat of a purple pinkish color scheme? For example, you got Hit, who's purple pinkish. You got Frieza, who's purple pinkish. Majin Buu, purple pinkish. You got Frost, who's kind of like bluish purple pinkish. Monaka, kind of like, you know, everybody's like resembling that color scheme. Beerus is purplish. Champa's purplish. Like, what the?
It's easier to color, man.
What's with the purple? What's with the purple pink shit?
It's easier to shade in.
No green characters, no red characters, no. It's just purple. Everything's fucking purple. The atmosphere in which they're fighting in, like within the dome, is purple.
Yeah, that's true.
What the fuck is with all the purple shit?
Hey,
somebody got that Cali purple kush or something, because they must be smoking some shit back in Toei's office.
That new dragon, the super dragon, is gonna be purple, dude.
I can't wait to see what's gonna come out of that. But leave your thoughts down below, guys. Check out JrZSaiyan down below, and GeekList, I believe I'm pronouncing it right. GeekList TV.
It's GeekList TV, but you're good.
GeekList TV, and JrZSaiyan down below, guys. Check them out. Once again, if you guys are excited about this, smash that like button. Leave your thoughts down below, because we're sure as hell going to interact with you guys. I want to hear all the crazy theories, because there have been, like, people toss out theories, and I respect theories a lot, because it's your opinion. I mean, I'm not going to be one to be like, your opinion is wrong because it's just an opinion and it sucks and it makes no sense. No, everybody has, like, their own opinions to certain things, and you guys have stated yours, I've stated mine, and I would love to hear a lot of people's out there. And no, don't be tossing out no fucking Janemba's gonna come back and Majin Buu absorbing people kind of things, because that ain't happening. Yo, people are gonna be like, yo, you know, bro is gonna come, he's gonna start clotheslining people. It ain't gonna happen. So once again, guys, thank you all for watching. I hope you guys all enjoyed, and we'll be seeing you all in the next discussion. Thank you all for watching. God bless you all, and see you all later. Peace.